Let's ride. Welcome to the No Playing This Ride podcast, hosted by me, your main man Blackout, bringing you all this glorious news we have. I won't say glorious, but all this news we have going on this week. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things to talk about. Hopefully I can get it all to you, or rather give you my opinion on everything that's been happening. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to the people of New York City and the terrible attack that happened out there. I don't know how do you determine if it's a terrorist attack or not. I just know some terrible shit happened, and that individual was a coward for doing what he did. That's something I can never respect. I don't know what type of attention he was trying to garner or what point he was trying to prove, but in my eyes, it was just a cowardly act, and that's just not to be tolerated. Also, as of today, Sunday, there was a shooting in Texas and like 20 people were killed. And it just makes me think, like, what's going on with the world? What's happening right now? Why are people all of a sudden going crazy? I'm not saying all of a sudden. I know things like this have been happening throughout history, but it just seems like it's been more common than not these days. And it irritates me, it bugs me, it scares me. It makes me angry because, and when I was growing up, I just don't remember hearing about this stuff. And the people, it's like senseless victims, like crimes that are being committed for no damn reason. I'm talking not like a regular crime. I'm talking about violent crimes, people shooting stuff up. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how we can fix it. I'm looking at DC. What can we do? But as soon as I look at DC, the first thing I see is you got people about to get arrested or about to be questioned or taken into custody or whatever for campaign tampering or tampering with the election. I know Special Investigator Mueller is in his bag right now, and he's coming for him. I think they got Manafort and Papadopoulos. I think he's already on their heads, and we'll see where these dominoes lead as they continue to fall. But it just goes to show that you can never give people too much credit. Regardless of the job they have, people have flaws. And people in those positions have to do things to get in that spot. So it doesn't surprise me when stuff like this pops up. It surprises me that they actually got caught and that it got publicized. I'm not surprised that it happened, given, the current people we have running things. It's been a rumor that's been out there for a while, so I'm not even surprised that they found evidence or what they think is evidence. I'm just surprised that it actually got out in the media. This is something that, 10, 15 years ago, I'll say 12 years ago would have been kept private. Nobody would have ever known about it. And if we really look at it, how long is this going to be in the media cycle anyway? After a few weeks, it's probably going to disappear from the headlines. And even if these cats are found guilty, nothing will probably happen to them. They'll probably get a slap on the wrist or sent to some cushy federal prison. And who knows, once we forget about their names, they'll probably be freed, names changed, sent somewhere. But the average dude selling crack, oh no, he's gonna be put in the jail with the worst people you can find. The guy who was just affecting, negatively, I'll give you that, but negatively affecting a few people in his neighborhood, oh yeah, but you're gonna put him in there with killers and rapists and all that. But people who were interfering and talking to another country and potentially affecting the nation, which in turn affects the world, they'll probably get a slap on the wrist. That's what connections and money will do for you. You don't have to be held accountable for your actions. But hopefully I'm wrong about this. I don't want to be right. Hopefully I'm wrong, because people who do things like this tend to slip away. You forget their names. I mean, if you're traveling around and you're a known person, you got cell phones and different names, it won't surprise me who'd you get it from. How did you get it? It's my belief that individual was probably doing what they were told to do. They're probably just a fall person. And he's going to take the loss, probably get paid, And when we forget about him in the news cycle, he'll disappear from the public eye and go on living a happy life. That's what I predict is going to happen. Maybe that's just a conspiracy theorist inside me, but that's just the way I see things. It's coming out now that the DNC was rigged, which people thought already happened. Like we knew, like people who lean democratically pretty much knew, like, okay, there's no way Bernie Sanders is losing by that much. And it's coming out that might have been, it's the speculation that it was rigged or whatever. And I'm just like, yep, big surprise. A prominent career politician uses money and influence to lean something in their way. Like, it's to be expected. My thing is that the fact that it's news is what surprised me. Like, it actually came out. They actually came out and said XYZ was attached to this, and somebody went as far as to put it in their book and make it like real public knowledge. So we'll see where this goes in the next couple of weeks. Where it just goes to show when you're involved in politics or anything in DC, you got to be careful about everything you say, about who you talk to, what you do, what type of paper trail you leave. Because chasing that paper can get you in trouble. It can cost you a whole lot. You hear about these people getting caught up in sexual assault scandals, everything. So when you mess around with DC and the politics, you putting yourself in a spot to get jammed up real quick. And one thing you do, one text message, one phone call, one unwanted physical contact, that could shut down your whole career. I mean, you can even do something that's small, maybe, as sing at the inauguration, and your career could be shut down. Right, Chrisette Michelle? I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know how a person from that, what I'm assuming her background is, could actually go and sing at that inauguration and not think there was going to be backlash. It's like you turned your back on your whole fan base. Now, I know there are some blacks and other minorities that support Trump, and that's cool, whatever. I disagree with them as a minority. I don't see how the Republican Party as a whole, even saying specifically them, I don't see how the Republican Party does anything in favor of minorities, at least on the surface. Like, I may be wrong. Like, I feel like Democrats do things to hinder us. I don't think they're out there to help us either, but I definitely don't see how the Republican Party is out there trying to help us. In my eyes, they're out there trying to support the conservatives and the people with money and influence, not the everyday American citizen, especially the everyday minority citizen. So for you to sing at the Republican candidate's inauguration, let alone the person that was being inaugurated, says a lot about you. And like I'm assuming most black people like me don't want to hear that woe is me shit. Why is everybody turning their back on me? Or I thought I would have had more support, or they're killing me on the internet. Yeah, you goddamn right. You goddamn right. Because I would feel like if it was an artist like, say, I like Jay-Z's like my favorite artist, right? So if that was Jay-Z, I would feel like he turned his back on me. Like he turned his back on the whole demographic that supported him. And I wouldn't be able to, you couldn't make me understand, like, why would you do something like that and then expect to receive that love? Now, everybody's grown. Everybody has freedom and rights to do whatever they want. But when you're in a consumer-based business, it doesn't make sense for you to do something counter to your fan base. And not, like I said, everybody's their own person. We all have to live our life for ourselves, but don't be on Facebook pouting or whatever social media site you were on talking about they dropped me. Yeah, of course they dropped you. That's because you're messing with a business. I don't care who you brought or who you thought you brought or what your purpose was there. It didn't work. You got played. You got played. I don't know what you thought you were going to be able to change or who you brought with you that you thought was going to be able to change something there. If it was anything short of Barack Obama that you had in your corner when you went there and were expecting to talk to people, you fucked up. I hate to say it like that, but you fucked up, and I don't know if you're going to be able to come back from this. I'm pretty sure like she's R&B closer to neo soul, so that tells me when I think about your audience, your demographics are probably black women, some black men from age maybe 28 to 45. That's probably the demographic you catching with your records and everything. So And I'm pretty sure a large percentage of them lean liberal Democrat. I'm just giving you history. So I don't know what you would expect it to accomplish. And I could, if that's what you really want to do, good on you. Kudos for trying to make change and affect the world or affect the nation, however you thought was going to happen. But that's a politician's job. You must have been going there with like a major key, like a DJ Khaled level key, to think you were going to affect change at the White House by you going there singing the damn song. And I don't want to hear oh, I did it for my country trash. That's not true. That's not true. If you did it for your country, you would have did it for free. I'm pretty sure you went there to get a bag, as the kids say, to get that check. I highly doubt you went there without getting paid a significant sum of money. There had to be something financial in it for you. Because I can't see you being willing to put yourself out there to go sing for this individual and not expect backlash. Like, I saw the interview on the Breakfast Club, and people were telling you not to do it, and those are the people that actually cared about you. And I know there may be some of those who cared about you who was like, you should do it if you really want to do it. Go out there and make a change. But you could have made a change a different way. You could have took that money you got from that you could have got from that inauguration and started like a charity or something or whatever, but not going on this freaking pity tour like, don't feel bad for me. I didn't mean it that way. It's too late. You already did it. And you can't take that back. You played yourself, and in turn, you kind of played us. And the puppet master sitting back there like, ha ha, I got one of you guys to come sing at my shit. That's how it made me feel. And I just can't respect that move. I can't. When you're a public figure, you got to do things smart. You got to think about what do you stand for and who are you willing to stand next to. Because if you stand next to the wrong person, it can adversely affect what you stand for, or at least what you thought you stood for, or what the people that look at you and listen to your stuff thought you stood for. And she played herself, and now she has to deal with the consequences. My record label dropped me. Of course they would. Of course they would. You don't think if let's say a widely successful artist who was on the conservative side flipped sides all of a sudden, started performing at Democratic rallies, or just said, hey, I'm in support of Black Lives Matter, what you think's going to happen to their contract? They about to be done. Let Hank Williams from Monday Night, from the NFL shit, let him go up there and say, I'm in support of Black Lives Matter. Won't be no, are you ready for some football shit no more? Hell no, they're going to move on to somebody else. They're not going to deal with him. And anybody, if he's even signed to a record label, he's getting dropped. Because in that quick movement, you're going to lose your whole fan base. Because of the people that usually support country music are not in support of anything close or related to Black Lives Matter. And now all that, and kneeling for the flag, they're against all that. So, like, the same thing that happened to you would probably happen to them. So just, you have to think about what you're doing when you're in the public eye like that, who you're willing to stand next to, and what you stand for, especially when you're in the entertainment business. Because entertainment, other than politics, is the one thing that as soon as you do something wrong, well, that and sports, as soon as you do something wrong, they are coming for you. Look at Kevin Spacey. He just got accused of groping young men and coming out as bisexual or gay or whatever. They already taking House of Cards off of Netflix. It's to the point, once you mess up, they don't have nothing to do with you. If he would have came out and said, hey, I've been in the closet, I've been gay this whole time, nothing would have happened. People would have been like, okay, you're gay? Cool, my guy, live your life. Do what you do out there. But the fact that you were groping people and people been complaining about this shit, nah, fam, you gotta go. You gotta go. And anybody that knew about it needs to go too. Because they just opened the floodgates for other people to be groped and molested by people like yourself. Because I can guarantee you he's not the only one out there doing it. Anybody that's a gatekeeper with power that can influence somebody else's career, I just feel like there's got to be, it's like probably like a secret club of people who do this type of shit. Because there's definitely other people that know, and the shit continues to happen. Like, even if it wasn't you, if you know about it, you should have said something. you at least should have checked them and been like, hey man, I heard that you're doing this, and I got to come ask you. I've heard it from multiple people. Is this true? If so, you need to cut it out and come out and apologize to these people, or I'm going to do it for you. Like, force their hand. Don't let these people continue to be in these situations where they have access to people who they can affect and they can manipulate their mind and let them abuse them like that. That's ridiculous. These people need to be stopped. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was a Kevin Spacey fan. I thought he was a great actor. But the fact that he's groping people, I can't rock with that. That's something I can't respect. We're all people, and we all have family and friends and loved ones, and I would hate for somebody to do something like that to somebody I care about. So I can't support that. As much as I like his work, I cannot support an individual that does that and then hides behind the shield of, oh, I'm in power, I have money, I'm important. Nah, you a sucker in my opinion. You a sucker because if you would have outright came out and said, yeah, I did this, I made a mistake, maybe I could have looked at it differently if you was out here asking for help. But no, you did this throughout your career and you affected people. Just like Harvey Weinstein, you're a predator. And people like that got to be dealt with. I'm not saying you got to chop their hands off like the legend is that they do in Arab countries, but I'm not opposed to it. If you got multiple counts of molesting people, you don't need them damn hands. You don't care about them. Go ahead and get one of them hands up. And if you can't barely give up a hand, both hands, give up a hand and a foot. So you can see how it is to live your life hindered. Because I guarantee those actions are affecting people that you've molested or abused or however you want to put it, groped. They got to live with that shit for the rest of their lives. And you took a piece of them and they'll never get it back because you decided to be a damn creep. So hopefully he gets everything that comes to him. It's a damn shame. He was a good actor, but he's a bad person. So he has to take that L and move on with his life. And I don't know if he's going to be getting jail time. I don't know if he's getting sued. I don't know what's going on behind it. But it's a damn shame that happened for so many years and nobody said anything. And nobody said the damn thing. It's a sick, sad world we live in. When you like me and you try to pay attention to a little bit of news, and I got overwhelmed, and I'm looking for stuff to put on this podcast, and I'm trying to learn how to navigate Twitter, and I go through moments and I see something about ape trafficking, and I'm like, I didn't know people were trafficking apes. Like, I've heard of exotic animals, but never like monkeys, not like a big ass monkey like that. I remember that one lady had a gorilla who ripped off her friend's face, but I had never really looked into anything about ape trafficking, and on a whim I just came across it. And a part, like the headline from the article was crazy, and I had to actually read through it. I'm like, I want to know if this is just like a hot take or a buzzword or something they put in here. But I actually read through, and apparently the ape trade is huge. And there's this, I forgot his name, but there's this guy who was on a crusade to shut the ape trade down. I think he was in Thailand or in Indonesia somewhere, and they found a female orangutan who was shaved and had her working in the brothel as a prostitute. I don't mean to laugh, but that is gross. It's incredibly gross. Like, I read this whole thick ass article just because I saw that, and I was like, that's so weird. I didn't know there was a thing for shaved monkeys. I didn't know people had weird tastes like that. And it shocked me a little bit. And I read it and I had to sit back and just think about life. Like, people are really out here pimping monkeys, shaving them down and pimping them monkeys. Like, do people not know? Like, were they not able to tell? Or was that a part of the fetish? Like, I want you to bring me a big ass monkey, but I want this monkey to be clean shaven. Oh man, just like as I say it, think about it. It kind of makes me a little sick, but I had to share that with y'all because that's one story that blew my mind. You get shaved orangutan was being pimped out as a prostitute. Man, that's disturbing. Man, other than that, I don't know. Really, I haven't really been keeping up with the politics side, but I have been keeping up with sports. And oh boy, oh man, I'm glad I waited to record this shit so I can say this. Bermain Stavern, I don't know what he is, the big Haitian cat, the boxer that fought Deontay Wilder. Boy, my man got his lights put the fuck out. Now, I'm not a boxer. I've never been in a boxing ring. I've been in a few fights, and I know enough. You know what? Anytime, any given day, any place, anywhere, somebody can get laid the fuck out. And my man, and I know they got to talk tough at the press conference and stuff, but he was talking real tough. And I know he's an experienced heavyweight, and Deontay Wilder is a newer guy. He's not, exactly new, but he hasn't been in the game as long as Stavern. And my man Stavern was at the press conference talking big. Like, he just talking shit to Deontay Wilder's friends and his entourage. The whole time Deontay Wilder just sitting there like as I'm watching this, I'm looking at him thinking I know what happened, but I haven't seen it yet. So once I saw the actual fight and results, I'm thinking back, looking like he was probably sitting there like, yeah, okay, I can't wait. And when I tell you, I don't know if it's because it was like a Facebook video clip I saw. When I tell you, I don't think that fight lasted 30 heartbeats. He came out there and slugged his ass. I mean, the highlights looked like must have been the whole fight, because he came out there and gave him a straight right and knocked his ass flat on his back. My man got up, got hit a couple more times, dropped again. He got up a third time and got his ass whacked. Yo, Wilder had that boy laid up on the ropes looking like fucking Earthworm Jim. His whole body went limp. It was hilarious, man. That's what you get though, bro. I know it's a combat sport, it's a fighting sport, and everybody in boxing, you gotta go up there and you gotta be a man. You gotta be a man. But I tell you like I tell anybody else, if you're gonna be a man, you better be a man all the goddamn time. He had you out there looking like a bitch. And I know that's Deontay Wilder. He's a heavyweight champion of the world. He's a big dude. He's a big guy. He's gonna knock most people the fuck out. But it's fair to say that most people in the world aren't gonna go up to him talking crazy. So not only did my man have the motivation to keep his titles and get this check, he had the motivation of you talking shit and disrespecting his homeboys and him in front of a lot of people on camera, and he gave you all that energy back. He gave it all back. Like, I think he hit him so hard, it like his ears clapped. It was crazy. And yeah, man, he made the whole Haiti look bad. And, apologies to my Haitians out there, but your boy was tripping. He was up there talking real reckless, and he got smoked for it. Man, I haven't seen any fights in a while, and I damn sure ain't buying it because I'm cheating. But to see that little Facebook clip, that made my whole weekend, man. It was great. And another great performance happened recently. My man, not my main man, but despite what most people think about me, I'm a big fan of LeBron. And LeBron James had an old bald head ass game. That's what I'm talking about. Now, he dropped 57 and came out saying he ain't with losing. And that's the LeBron James that has the potential to be greater than Michael Jordan. That's the LeBron they need all the time. Don't worry about being selfish. If you got to drop 57 in order for y'all to win, do that shit. Be the 57-point man. Now, like I said before, I feel like if he was bald head, he would have had the mental fortitude. If he was bald head, he would have dropped 60. If he go all the way bald, LeBron James might average 65 points a game. Let it go. Don't let them little Homer Simpson strands on top of your head hold you back. Be bald, goddammit. I'm telling y'all, he came back with the Lowski, and he's going to be a beast this season. I'm telling you. Even though I said the league's going to be ass, and I still believe that LeBron, you got to pay attention to Cleveland, because right now they're struggling. They're in a struggle package right now. But I feel like in the weeks, months, whatever to come, they're going to get it together. And I still got them picked to win the East right now, because even though Boston is real good, Washington is good, Milwaukee's on the come up, but I don't see nobody really competing with Cleveland in the playoff setting. Hell no. Because once LeBron get cracking, it's going to be on. And there's not going to be no stopping him, man. For real. And as I'm paying attention to the league, I'm seeing what's going on, and maybe it's bad because I'm not getting the right games because that boy, the Greek Freak, is out there balling, putting up 30, like averaging damn near triple-double, putting up 37-point games and shit. But for the most part, as a whole, I'm still saying the league is weak. Now, I did catch a couple of highlights from Philly, and it looks like that boy Ben Simmons might have me wrong with my pick for Rookie of the Year, because he should be eligible since he was injured all last year. That boy, he on his second triple-double already. Played like less than 11 games. We'll see how far he can keep it going. Hopefully he keeps it up and turns Philadelphia around with Embiid. And I think J.J. Redick just put up like 30-something points, so hopefully they can get it turned around and help make the East more competitive. But even though he went the whole game without scoring any points, I still think that the Rookie of the Year is going to be Lonzo. I still think because of his composure and the way he plays the game, similar to Ben Simmons, but I think LA plays a little bit faster, and I think I know he's a better shooter. And I think once he figures out how to get his shot off without them being able to jump in his face, it's going to be game over. Because they're going to keep pushing him, and it's going to resonate on the court. I feel like the ownership and the teammates have faith in him because of the way he makes the game easier for them. And with the emergence of Kuzma, that's just somebody else from to dish the ball to. And if Lonzo don't win it, I'm pretty sure Kuzma's going to win it. Because Kuzma has been balling. Like the first couple of games, I didn't notice his range like that. But as I kept watching, they got this. He's 3-and-D. Well, not 3-and-D. He's a stretch 4, and he's starting right now in place of Larry Nance because Larry Nance got hurt. So we'll see what he does. We'll see if he can keep it up, man. Because as a Lakers fan, I'm a Bulls fan first. Don't forget it. But as a Lakers fan, it's good to see them on the upswing and hopefully building something for their future. Because even Brook Lopez went off and scored like 30-something buckets a few nights ago. So we'll see where they're at, and hopefully they keep this momentum going, man. Because it's been cool to watch. I've been even trying to look at a couple Clippers games, but they're fucking boring. I hate to say it. Like, it's cool to see Blake out there popping up these threes, and I like to see Patrick Beverly out there because he reminds me of Currency. He's out there grinding, playing defense, and he's excited about playing defense. But as a whole, the NBA is suffering, man, and I don't know what's going to change it, but hopefully, as the season progresses, it'll get a little bit better. The NFL is starting to pick up. There's a couple of teams. My Jags are surprising a lot of people. They're winning more games than what people thought they would. Now, let's be real. Duval, I'm with y'all. 904 to the casket drop. But let's not play around like the Jaguars ain't playing a bunch of trash teams. They're playing the AFC North right now, which as a conference is way underperforming what they normally do. And I don't know if that's because people got old or teams in that conference lost players, but the AFC North is not what it usually is right now. And that's who the Jags have been getting these victories against. They almost ran the table. They beat Cincinnati, they beat Pittsburgh, and they beat the Ravens. And they blew all of them out. So the Browns should be another clean sweep. But hopefully Jacksonville won't be the one fucking team to lose to the Cleveland Browns. We'll see. We'll see. And my Bears, they're doing what I thought they would do. They're struggling, but I like what they're doing with Mitch and how they're moving them around the pocket and letting them run and throwing a run. And my man Howard is still bruising. The defense looks okay. But we'll see where they're at. I'm going to say for them, obviously next year, but I want to see how they look when everybody comes back from injury. And I think they'll have something that hopefully we get a decent receiver in the draft and or free agency because that boy Mitch is going to need some help. And one time for Zach Miller, the tight end for the Bears, because like I said, with these athletes, you got to remember they're folks too. They got stuff going on outside of the game. And a lot of times things outside the game affect how they play, but the game can also affect and does also affect their life outside of the game. And like my man, he dislocated his knee and had vascular damage. They had to take him to get surgery immediately to save his leg. So hopefully he can bounce back from that and have a normal life and walk without a limp. I doubt he's going to play anymore in the NFL. unless he goes to Canada somewhere, I think he should probably, call it quits and come back and think about his life after. Hopefully, he can try to get a coaching gig somewhere, because with the type of damage they're saying was done to his knee, and with his age, I don't see a team taking a chance on him and trying to bring him back. Like, who knows if he's going to be prone to that same injury after that horrific injury that I'm going to say he scored a touchdown on. We might have won that game, but fuck that punk ass ref. Anyway, hopefully he can get back to life and continue to contribute to, Chicago Bears football, maybe be a coach or something, some type of consultant, because the Bears are going to need it. Let's be honest. The state of the Chicago Bears is terrible right now, and they're going to need somebody like that around to help with the young players and make sure that they're learning the playbook right, they're learning the scheme, learning the lingo of that particular team. So hopefully he can stick around as an asset to the team. If not, hopefully he goes somewhere else and coaches and continues to do things with football. Because, that hurt me to see that happen to that man. As a loyal Bears fan, it hurts me anytime anybody on my team gets hurt. But, it's all good. Hopefully he'll bounce back. And with that, I'm going to terribly segue on to something that's near and dear to me, man. And it's keeping sucker shit away from you and keeping the good within. And I'll explain that by saying this. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that have things going on, and I know they put it out there on social media. I'm one of those people. I'm trying to promote what I'm doing right now at this very second. And if you're not a person that's doing something like that, if you believe in something, and I'm not saying you got to support me, but if you see somebody working hard, grinding, trying to achieve a goal, help them out. I don't care what it is. I don't care if they're trying to get a promotion at work, if they're trying to get an A on that paper, if they're venting about it, if you know about it, encourage them, man. You want to have good people in your circle, good productive people. I know a number of people that are doing great things, and that's why I'm trying to make it so that I can highlight a few of these individuals. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to continue to do, because we need positive vibes out in this world with all this negativity and all this craziness going on. We need something positive in this world. So if you see somebody starting a business, find a way to support them. You may not have to actually buy anything from them, but you may be able to put somebody else on to that service or that product that somebody's providing. So, look out. Let's look out for each other. Like I said, I'm trying to put the spotlight on the friends. I might call the spotlight on the homies, something like that. But I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to do it this week for my man Weeks. And this guy, I know I asked him for something, but I know he's going to overachieve, and he's going to do it anyway. So shout out to my man Weeks. It's going to be plugged in on the back of this, because that's my guy right there. He's a go-getter. There's nothing he feels like he can't do. And if we're in the group and we're supposed to be getting something done and we're slipping, he's probably one of the ones that's like, well, if y'all taking forever to do it, I'm going to go over here and do it my damn self. And once I got it set up, y'all can come on with me. So shout out to my man. He's a good cat. And with that, man, I just want to say we got to make sure we keep family close. Jay-Z said nobody wins when the family feuds, or something to that. So just, keep your family close, man. Try to take care of your people. Your outside, your extended family, try to build those up. Try to build those cats up, those men and women, and anybody who help contribute to your success, try to contribute to theirs as well. Because that's the only way we come up, is if we support one another. And I'm going to continue to do that. Whether it be me trying to influence friends, employees, or even my own family. Because my family influences me. Like, I have 2 lovely daughters, and just, playing with them and being around them is the world to me. And even when I'm doing something else, I'll look up and see one of them and I'll just stare at them, because, when you have kids, that's your whole world. Even as they get older and they do things you don't like and you got to correct them, you still, you never love them any less. Even when they're babies and they're crying, like my youngest, she's a baby. She cries a lot. She cries loud. And it gets to me sometimes, because I've been around and my ears are bad and the loud noises make me angry sometimes, but I have to, take that time to be with her and comfort her. And As a matter of fact, like I have this trick I do. I don't know if anybody else has, out there listening has kids or will have kids. If you got like a young baby right now, like I'll try to, I'll take her to the bathroom and I'll put her in the mirror, and she like immediately stops crying, and it puzzles me because I'm wondering what she's thinking, like what's going on in her little brain when I cut this light on, and she sees me and she sees herself in the reflection and she just goes to smiling. Like I don't know what it is, but to me, in my brain, it goes something like this. We walk in there and then she's like, oh wow, it's a bright light. Wait a minute. Who are those other people? I recognize the big guy that's holding me. I see him in the reflection, but he's here holding me. And who's that other person? They're small like me. If he's holding me and I'm looking at him here, and I look in this mirror, who is he holding there? Is that me? Am I me? I don't know. I'm going to continue smiling. And that's just how my brain works. That's what I think is going through her little brain when I do that. But it helps her out. So if you have kids, try that out. It may work if you have a baby, but it works for me. It worked for my oldest. It just, it kind of blows my mind to see how they interact and how they do things together. So with that, take care of your family. Continue to give me critiques so I can get better. And I'll critique you on your regular life so you can get better. And if you're arguing with people on social media, let me know what y'all arguing about so I can put it in this show, man. I can put it in this trip number 5. And or trip number 6 or 7, whichever one I do. Let me know and give me this information because I'm out here scouring topics and some stuff I want to talk about, some stuff I want to leave alone. Just let me know what's going out there in the world in case I missed it. If there's anybody you want to highlight, please let me know. If they're out there doing good in the community, if they're having a positive impact, please let me know so that I can put a little spotlight on them. I know only a few people listen to this, but who knows who I may affect by putting a spotlight on you, if it's you or somebody you may know, because I'm all about positivity. So please, if you know me personally, hit me up in my inbox. You guys got it. But if you don't, remember, noplayinthisride@gmail.com, all lowercase, noplayinthisride, just like the name of the podcast. I'm also on Twitter. I got like -6 followers, but it is the Twitter handle is noplay247, and it's capital N, lowercase o, capital P, LAY. Hit me up, please. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what I need to fix. Let me know what you guys like. Like I always say, praise is great, but critique is necessary. You guys go out there and be great human beings. Bless those who bless you and bless others who need it. Most importantly, stay solid. Live strong out there. Peace.
Another dedication to my homeboy, Fats, that we lost to cancer. And it's one of the episodes for No Playing This Ride. Yeah, I like what you're doing, boy. Keep that shit going. You know what I'm saying? So, parental advisory kind of shit, So, what more to say? Most people know me as Weeks, from where I was raised at Jacksonville, Florida, around the Arlington area. Went to Terry Parker TP. Terry Parker, even though that's a general in the Confederate War. Yeah, we still got schools down here that's like that. And they're still named after Confederate generals and stuff like that in Jacksonville. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess I'll start off from the beginning. Well, I was born in Philadelphia. Actually, my parents lived in Delaware. And Michael Jackson had a concert that night, so that's the reason they ended up in Philadelphia. I guess, that night at the concert, I was ready to come out, so things happened. The star was born that night. Some wild stuff. Well, they originally from South Carolina, so then from there, they moved down to Jacksonville, Florida. So I played football, as a young kid growing up. Same old stuff that normal guys do. Football, basketball, all that good stuff, soccer, whatever it was. Got to middle school, I was still a good kid. I was doing a little wild stuff. I mean, my elementary days, I was doing wild stuff too, but, I wasn't off the chain like that. We just had a little bit of affiliations with all kind of stuff, but it was all good. Well, let's get to the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's nip it in the bud. So, in high school, I started venturing out doing a lot of wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? Going off the wall. I ain't think it was wild then because well, young man thinking fast money come easy, and so I seen it coming. So I had to try taste a little bit of it, got a little bit of it, and liked it too much. Didn't want to leave. Things had to change. So me, I was trying to get back out in the work field, find easy jobs, you know how regular kids start off. We started off from McDonald's and all that kind of stuff, but I started off from a different kind of thing. When people had a club that they used to own called After 11. Most people know about After 11 that live in Jacksonville, Florida. If you don't know about After 11, that's some old school stuff, old school player stuff. I mean, they had everybody from there. They had Beyonce, they had the Hot Boys, they had everybody there, man. They was doing a big trick there. They had everybody there, you know what I'm saying? After 11. I don't know if you heard about that, but yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I used to work there too on the weekends. And, from there, different job there, the fast food places, But I was a good player on football team, you know what I'm saying? In 11th grade, ran a 4.37, That's potential right there in 11th grade. So, but I was doing some wild stuff. I just verged off on the wrong path and started doing other things. We got caught up in a little drug selling, the drug dealing culture. How most of our kids get caught up in selling weed, and then from that to cocaine, then from that to pills and all type of other stuff like that. So yeah, it caught up with me, man. Caught up with me. Working on my music at the same time. Went to San Diego, California, out there with my aunt, my family, and all that. Dago is what they call it. There's my homeboys out there. What's happening to y'all fellas out there? Yeah, so ventured off. Came back from Cali. I got caught up in some mischief, you know what I'm saying? Got back in the streets again. Started making a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? Got a little big-headed again. You know how that goes. Got caught up, man. Had like a 3 cell charge. No, I'm sorry. It was 2 cell charges. 2 cell charges, an attempted cell charge, trafficking charge, and also manufacturing charge. And they were trying to hit me with all that, my first time down there. So I'm like, man, changed my life a little bit. So, had to open my eyes, you know what I'm saying? I got 20 years old, looking at all that. And man, I'm finna go up the road forever. But, I ventured out of that a little bit, God bless. And only did like 8 months out of that, came out of that. My mind, right, I had to make some money. So, I had to do something. So, so fast food, I went back to that for a little bit, but a couple months. Dibbling dabbling to the streets at the same time. So, it was hard coaching, man, It was hard to get away from. And then after that, I finally opened my eyes. I got my own business. Non-emergency transportation business. Dealing with old folks, crippled folks, people that can't, do for themselves, had government contracts. So had my partner with me. He was a cool dude, man. He got me into it, man. So after that, man, it opened my eyes, man. I ain't never looked back after that, you know what I'm saying? So 6-figure a year kind of guy. Trying to be 7. Trying to put one more digit to that, I'm in the stocks and all that kind of stuff too also. I've been business minded ever since, so I went from that to the semi-trucks. Then from that to music, it's like about everything, man. Trying to open up these doors, man. So I got a website going on, newjackcity.net. I get some comedic things going on, man. I see it's a lot of comics out here. That's one thing we grew up on. We had a lot of fun, man, when we was growing up. So that's one thing I'm trying to bring back, Try to do some good things for the city. Check out my Instagram with newjackcity.net, New Jack City Music, Twitter at New Jack City Music, Facebook at New Jack City Music. So check me out, man. Just a part of one of the assets of the team that we steady growing and trying to get it, you know what I'm saying? But there's other guys out there that's grinding hard too, that I'm pretty sure you're going to do a show about it and you're going to hear about it. But a lot of people get this name misconstrued, they like to say when they hear New Jack City, they like, man, you think he is Nino Brown or something like that? Like, nah, bro. I mean, kind of a way it was like some Nino Brown things going on. I done seen, but nah, I'm from Jacksonville. You know, you see the abbreviation of Jack. Every time you see the Jaguars, so I say New Jack City. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day. It's a new place. Where we at now? You know what I'm saying? Coming out the bottom. Doing what you got to do. A new day. That's what I mean by that. You know. But other than that, I got an album coming out. Welcome to New Jack City, man. It's gonna be real dope, man. It's real saucy, man. I'm dripping it, man. I'm dripping it, baby. Coming soon. Single out right now called Conceited. It's on every major media source that you can think of. So it's out there right now. Go check that out. Featuring that nigga. Produced by Superstar O. Real saucy. Heat saucy. Future stuff coming out too, man. Shoebox Money, man. That's another thing. I'm collabing with my homeboy Goon. Shoebox Money. Check that out, man. It's gonna be some more sauce on top of sauce. I'm proud of you, bro.